Hey guys, all right, I'm making this video for tennis just for the rest of the semester. This video is for um, it's for people who have been playing this year and for some people who have are just starting out this summer with us. If you played this year and you were on the team, I want you to make sure you finish this semester out strong. Make sure um, if you're exempt, that's great. If not, make sure that you do well on your tests. Make sure you take tests seriously. Do really well because if you don't do well in your classes, then you're not going to be able to be a part of the tennis team. So make sure you take that seriously. Um, I need to know. Excuse me. Next week, fourth block students, we will be having practice from 2:15 to 3:30 at Tatum. If you are not going to be there, or you cannot be there because of a job or because you're going to be out of town, I need to know as soon as possible. We plan to practice Monday through Friday, or excuse me, Monday through Thursday, because that's when we'll be in school. Um, so make sure you do that. Make sure you're there. Make sure you let me know if you're not going to be there. Um, this summer, so next week's practice will lead us into this summer. This summer we will be practicing every Tuesday and Thursday, unless there are certain dates that we will not be able to practice. And so I will go over that a little bit later. But it would be from 7 a.m. to 9 a.m. And so I expect you to be there. If you do not have a ride, you need to get one. You've got a couple weeks to find a ride. If you do not have a ride, you can't get one, I need to know so that I can figure out a way to get you there. Okay. If you see this as extra work, if you don't want to be there, you don't want to come to practice, maybe you need to reevaluate, whether or not you want to be on this team because we are going to be working hard. And so if you decide you don't want to be there, then maybe you don't need to be there. Um, so this is not a mandatory thing. Like if you're not there every time, I'm not gonna you're not gonna be benched or something. But essentially, I expect you to be there if you're in town. If you're on vacation with your family, go to vacation with your family. But if you're here, if you're in Hattiesburg, I expect you to be there for the practices. We're probably only going to get 10 this summer. 10 regular practices. So I expect you to be there. Um, so this summer we will have an Ultimate Warrior Challenge, is what I'm calling it. Basically, it's just a way for us to kind of drive some competition between us. And so there are different things that can earn you a point or points. And this will be. I will not be telling anybody what each other's points are. If you want to know how many points you have, you can just email me or send me a remind message. I'll answer it. But the players with the most points for the summer will win prizes. I've got them right here beside me. I've got the person with the most points, boy or girl, gets $50 gift card to Tennis Warehouse. And if you're the winner, the boy winner, you get a Nike Rafa Nadal hat. It's really nice. If you're a girl winner, you get an Adidas hat. And then there's other things. I've got some Babolat hats. I've got some dampeners that are black and gold. I've got some grips. Um, I've got a 15 pack of roll grips, Gamma Supremes, and then I've got wristbands and some stuff. So I really hope that this will motivate you guys to come out to practice because it can be something that you get some prizes for. Um, so I forgot I haven't mentioned it yet. This is our Google Classroom for the team. Okay, if you want to join, here's the join code. I've already sent in an invitation to most people, but if you are one of those people who's joining us this summer, here's the code. Make sure you join that so you can have access to the stuff. Okay. But I will be communicating mostly through Remind. You notice I haven't made any announcements. I'm not really going to. Okay. So if you look here under classwork, I just showed you this. Okay. And the second thing we're going to do this summer is we're going to have a challenge ladder, and this will carry over into the season. But we will have a definite stopping point at the end of the summer, and then we'll have a declared starting point for the fall. And so this challenge ladder, okay, there are rules that go along with it. And so I want to make sure I go over those before we start this so that you guys understand kind of where I'm coming at with this. So it's pulling up. Okay. So here's the goal. The goal of it is to drive competition between each of us. It's not to divide us. It's not to try to say one person is better than the other. but it's to drive competition. The second thing is that it's hopefully to give us an opportunity to compete for varsity. So instead of me just saying, okay, here's the varsity, right before the season starts, you should know who the varsity is based on how well you've played against each other in matches, and what your ranking is on this challenge ladder. This will improve everybody's game by playing these matches, and then hopefully this will make us, the best team we can be to represent our school. So the first thing, and probably the most important thing on here that you need to know as far as rules go, is that the challenge ladder defines the order of our players on the team from most successful matches to least successful. It does not define overall playing ability, and it does not define your worth. So I want to make sure that you understand that just because you may be low on the challenge ladder does not mean that you're a bad tennis player, and it does not mean that you're not you're not worthy. And so I want you to know that this does not define who you are. Please do not. Please not look at the challenge ladder that way. If you're high on the challenge ladder, please do not look at yourself as better than everyone else, because you're not. I want you to make sure that you see this as just whether or not you're successful in matches, and so if that becomes a problem, then we'll have to make some adjustments. Number two, the top 6 boys and girls will play in varsity matches, but I do reserve the right to move a player into doubles or singles who I found to be more competitive, to have more experience, or to have shown that he or she performs better in match play. And so the top 6 boys and girls will play unless I decide that somebody is better fit. So I just want to preface that by saying that, okay? Number 3, there will be an official cutoff date, like I said. We will have a tournament at the end of the summer. I'm going to try to have with you guys just to have fun, and then during the season we'll have a cutoff date off too. And so no challenge matches will be able to be done until after in between those points where we've closed it off. All right, here's something that's really important. You must participate in a challenge match every month, every 30 days. To prevent stagnation on the challenge ladder. If you don't participate, then for 30 days, then you're going to drop 2 spots on the ladder, and you will continue to drop 2 spots every 14 days until you play a challenge match. So make sure you do that. Please do not. Please don't do not play. Okay. I do not have to be present for those challenge matches. Number 5 right here, but you must let me know before the start of the match that you want to have a challenge with somebody. The reason for that is I don't want somebody to just play with somebody and then somebody be able to come back and say, "Oh, I didn't know that was a challenge match." So I don't think I should lose my spot. That kind of stuff. Say that Bennett wants to challenge Brooks. Well, Bennett will have to send me a message, say, "Hey, Coach Long, I want to challenge Brooks," and then I'll send a message to Brooks and say, "Okay, Brooks, are you okay with challenging Bennett?" Yes. All right, we're good to go. Okay. Other than that, if Bennett just went out there and played a match with Brooks and said, "Hey, I challenged Brooks and I beat him," I'm going to say, "Well, that didn't count because Brooks did not verify me before the match." So there you go. If you want to speed up that process, maybe I'm not out of pocket and I can't reach it. If you're playing a guy or girl's playing a girl, if you will just both send me a message saying, "Hey, we're about to play a challenge match," I'll honor that as well. Okay. You can only challenge somebody. This is really important right here. You can only challenge someone that's 3 or less places above you. So if you're like the number 6 person, you can only challenge number 3, 4, or 5. You can't challenge number 1 or 2. And then obviously you can't challenge anybody below you. That would be up to them to challenge you. Okay. Challenge matches will follow this format. So if you please do not deviate from this. This is the format that we will use unless I say otherwise. It'll be the Fast 4 format. So it'll be best of 3 sets, and you'll play no ads. Set 1 and set 2 are best of 4 sets, and you must win by 2. So if you get to 3-3 in the set, you'll play a 7-point tiebreaker to settle that. Okay. If you split sets 1 and 2, the third set is not a full set; it's only a 10-point tiebreaker. Okay. And then challenge matches are only singles matches. There will be no doubles matches played for 6 challenge matches. I would love to see you play doubles matches. That'd be great if you want to play outside of practice or in practice, but they will not count as challenge matches. Okay. While doubles matches can be more fun just because there's more people, they are not a good judge of someone's individual playing ability. And I've looked at research on this. people who've done challenge ladders, singles challenge ladders are the best way to do it. So just wanted to let you know about that. Okay. All right. So there's our challenge ladder. All right. Rules. And then this is the actual challenge ladder. This material here, it's not loading right this second, but I have a spreadsheet that will be our virtual challenge ladder, but I will also have a physical challenge ladder that I will bring to every practice, so that you guys can see where everybody is on that ladder and who you're trying to beat. Okay, so this is the overall ladder. Okay, you'll not really want to pay attention to this so much, especially if you're a girl on the team, because I've got it broken down even further. If I can find the tabs, there they are. So you want to click on short ladders. I'm just waiting for it to load, guys. All right. So guys, I'll probably split you guys right here. I'll split this up a little bit, but you can see girls. If you're over in this column, okay, your goal is not to be number one. Okay, your goal is to be the top of your column. All right, and then you can drop down and start on this column and work your way up. Okay, if you're in this column, try to beat Campbell. Campbell's the top of this column right here. Okay, if you're in this column, try to beat Ruthie. Okay, if you're over here in this column, okay, you're trying to beat Dallas. Okay, but you're close enough where we're trying to be in that top 6 spot. So I expect you guys to try to be the top of your column. That will pay off, I promise. And then I'll have a list right here of matches, people who are playing. It'll just be a general list, like what date the match was, who the player was, and then who won. So it's not going to be really detailed. I'm going to be trying to keep up with this, but I expect you guys to just check it out, just so you can know what's going on. Okay. All right. So I've got the Google Classroom. I realize it's not like the best thing ever, but it does give us some ways to keep up with stuff. So if you have the Google Calendar app on your phone, okay, you can subscribe to this Google Calendar. I highly suggest you get it because I will be posting everything. I will be posting our matches for next year. We're going to get those scheduled on this calendar. You have access to it. So I highly suggest that you do that. Okay. I already also have the stuff for next week on here. Let's go back to May. It's not, my scroll is not working. So you'll see the practices for next week are already here, and then you'll see the practices for the summer. Okay, you'll notice that I don't have any practices for this week. That's when I'll be gone, and I believe that there is a dead week right in here as well. Okay, so I'll probably have to take those off as well. So you'll see we start school like 22nd, so we might get to practice on the 20th. Hopefully we will. And then we'll start the fall. But I think we'll still be able to get to practice, but we'll have school, so I may have to be after school or something. Okay. So for right now, this is what I know. All right. So check the calendar out. Subscribe to the calendar. If you're on a computer, it's really easy. Just go over here. You'll see OG Tennis. I have a lot of calendars. You'll see OG Tennis. Just make sure that's checked. Okay. If you're on a phone, there's another way to do it as well. If you have problems with that, just send me an email or something. I can help you out. Okay. All right. So, guys, I just kind of want to reiterate that I think we can be really good. I think if we practice hard this summer, that we will see the fruit of that next year. And so, just let's go into this summer expectant. Let's go in the summer excited, and I will see you guys next week if you're 4th block, and if you're not 4th block, I will see you June 1st practicing. Thank you.